Okay, so should you return to work while your back still hurts? Now, I should emphasize that I'm only referring to non-specific low back pain in this video. So should you return to work while your back still hurts? Some of you will not like this answer and some employers will love this answer. The answer is an emphatic yes. You should absolutely return to work while your back still hurts. I just realized that I sound like a messed up physical therapist, but let me explain why you should return to work like a champ while your back still hurts. For the majority of you, your back will not get astronomically worse when you return to work after it has initially calmed down from the onset of its injury. It is absolutely natural to think that your back will worsen after it calms down if you return to work, especially if you still have some lingering pain in your back. But this is not necessarily true at all. Now, it is possible that your back will ache here and there while at work, but it is absolutely pertinent that you dissociate your symptoms at work from cause of pain due to work to cause of pain due to general movement or general day-to-day activity. This is a very important step to make sure that your acute low back pain does not transition to a chronic low back pain. But if you don't necessarily believe me, then here are the two truths to this. The first truth is that nearly no one will return to work if they waited for their back to be 100%. The second truth to this is that the biggest predictor of a recurrent low back pain is having a history of low back pain. So in a way, we are all kind of stuck in a conundrum here. So if you're watching this video and you've been out of work for 4+ weeks, I have an idea on how to gradually make your way back to work at the end of this video. The second reason why you should consider returning back to work if you have low back pain is because there are actually less reoccurrences of low back pain if you return to work. Since the biggest predictor for low back pain is a history of low back pain, there is some evidence that returning to life as ordinarily as possible helps reduce the frequency of recurrent low back pain, and that includes returning to work. This doesn't necessarily mean that you should go at life all guns blazing with your low back pain, but if a water pistol is all you can carry to make your life seem as ordinary as possible, then I say you start there. I don't know about all these guns references, but we move on. Now, if you've watched my other video on non-specific low back pain, you would realize that making sure that your low back pain does not become psychological or chronic is very important to me. And that is because it becomes exponentially difficult to rehab from low back pain when it becomes chronic or psychological. It's definitely possible, but very challenging. And I think the reason why returning to work and living life as ordinarily as possible makes it better for you to rehab from your low back pain is because most of you will likely return to work, feel aches here and there, but then realize that your body is very resilient and you were able to go through your day with these aches and pains, but it wasn't debilitating for your back at all. And to a certain extent, you break the psychological barrier of knowing that your back will be okay. And that is also very important. Now, if you've watched the video up to this point and you're still leaning on not returning to work, then there are things that you need to ask yourself here. And the questions are, do you actually like your job? Is your job stressful? And is your feeling towards your job what is dictating your return to work, or is it actually your low back pain? And be honest with all these questions and your answers to these questions. So perhaps you might need a new direction in life. That's not my place to say, and honestly it's very hard to make decisions on these when so much of your livelihood depends on your job. If your physical work environment plays a role in your low back pain, let's say desk jobs that promotes prolonged sitting, then there are definitely things that you can change within that environment that can make your back feel better, such as a standing desk, making sure that you're moving as much as possible while at work. So there are all these factors that you can play around with as well when you return to such a work environment. And for those of you who have been out of work for 4+ weeks, here is my tip for you to get back to work and get back to ordinary living. I would say go get yourself rehab and go get yourself a physical therapist to guide you through a return to work. Do not make your goal while going to a physical therapist symptoms-free based. Rather, make your goal for rehab return to work goal based or return to daily activities based. Changing the goalposts like this has been shown to make you more successful to return to work, and I wouldn't be surprised if it also makes you successful to return to your daily activities. Alright, that's all I have to say on the subject matter. Thank you for watching this video. I would definitely appreciate a like if you got value out of this video, And I'll love it even more so if I saw you back here again as I try to build an awesome community that cares about your well-being and the human body. I'll see you all in a few days.